Hey, welcome back Design Squad. So if you have noticed over the last few Design Tool Tuesday videos, I've been featuring some of the things of my own. And it's really either to answering my own personal need or something I want to share with my team or upskill my peers or, something along those lines. And today I'm going to share with you the reading list, the book list. Books are a treasure trove and usually a bargain, because for just $20 you can get everything you might need for that topic, or extract maybe half a decade of experience from some other top-notch designer who decided to write a book. And what would be the better way than just to share my own design book list, which I always recommend. And I even copy paste the link to my design book list, which I meticulously log and rate different books on. I have over 40 books and quite a few titles you've noticed or know about from before. You can also access this list by just going on my blog, blog.vaexperience.com or vaexperience.com, and following through a blog link. If you see a reading list above, you just can click on books on design and you're gonna find a full list embedded from my Goodreads with all these books with specific ratings from, let's say, biographies like with Steve Jobs, John Ive, but there are also a lot of different books like inspirational material like Show Your Work, let's say technique for producing ideas, things I covered in videos or yet to cover, by the way, because there are a lot of books I want to share with you because they've been very meaningful and I think would be meaningful for every designer. I have a few books which are rated 5 stars and I have a lot of books which are rated 4 stars, 3 stars. But just to give you an example of a 5 stars, most recent book is It's Not How Good You Are, It's How Good You Want to Be by Paul Arden, one of the notable characters in advertising, and he's almost like a Seth Godin of ads and marketing. Just amazing book. Show Your Work, always gonna come up. It's about sharing. It's exactly what I'm doing right now by sharing my knowledge, my insight, streaming almost UX work for other designers to just in a very unstructured way get most in and doing it as often as I can, so you see exactly what UX job is about. Technique of producing ideas, a video covered that. Think Like a UX Researcher is a book by David Travis and it's a great book I'm going to review in a separate video, but it's definitely 5 star. Don't Shoot the Dog is a mammal conditioning book, as well as how to condition your cat, dog, any person, but you must know those principles if you want to, let's say, work in UX. It's the deepest level of how mammals, people react to different things and what you can do to influence that in a good way, in an ethical way. Keep Going is Austin Kleon's another book, which is basically how to stay creative, be inspired, and keep producing. Thinking Fast and Slow is a classic Daniel Kahneman. It's about 2 different systems every person has, which is the intuition and also the deep, strategic, intellectual type of decision-making processes, and how those 2 overlap and which one you should use based on several examples he portrays. And it's really good to understand how people make decisions, and for UX designers it's a gold mine. Sprint, I don't need to add anything to that. It's a book about 5 days to solve big problems, and it's almost bringing the design thinking and designing for people who are not into design, so anyone can sprint. Sketchnote handbook is 5 because it's so easy and so applicable and so well illustrated. I started doing sketch notes on the side because of this book. Lean versus Agile is design thinking, something I reviewed just the other day in one of the videos. You can find the link down below. It's amazing, small book. Influence, the Sociology of Persuasion is another classic by Robert Cialdini, and it's a must read for anyone who wants to, again, use psychology to influence their decisions, to influence how users perceive your interfaces, everything to do with better user experiences. 100 Things Every Designer Needs to Know About People is self-explanatory, but it's a gold mine as well. I think everybody, if you're a new designer, if you read this book, you're gonna double your knowledge and double your effectiveness as a designer. Pick it up. HBR's 10 Must Reads on AI Analytics and New Machine Age. This was very niche, but every designer who thinks in a long term and who thinks to address and work on big issues or emerging tech must read this, because you then understand what states AI is and where it's headed, and how decision support can actually help your users rather than hinder. Any book by Steven Pressfield is an amazing book. And it doesn't matter what you do. You might be a developer or a designer or manager or even a layman. It's about showing up. It's about fighting that resistance. So for example, I know that most of you might have an idea. Oh, I should write this blog post. Oh, I maybe should create this site project, a plugin or a product or something along the lines. You always have that spark of motivation. These books can give you that knowledge of how to fight that, how to show up anyways, and spend that extra hour starting very small, but keep at it. And that's what most people lack. And I think just knowing those methods, you can then apply to anything and accomplish a lot. For example, I don't feel like recording this video maybe, or another video, but I still do because I use those principles. And I still get myself into, and then as I do it, I become energized and much more happy to do it. Like, maybe I didn't feel like doing this video because I could have done thousands of other things and I faced massive creative resistance. Those books made me a machine to actually sit down and do it anyways. And the last book in this design list is 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Al Rice. And this is another book, I put it in the same bucket and let's say Psychology of Persuasion, the Influence one. It's a must read because you as a designer, you as a person in a society, you market yourself and signal yourself at all times. And so does everyone else. If you want to know why people do what they do, or why you do what you do, or how to do it effectively so you're not misrepresented or misunderstood, this is the book, because then you can get into self-marketing, marketing your products better, marketing your features better, marketing internally in a company or organization better of what you do as a designer. It's like a marketing 101, but it's the most effective marketing piece I could recommend to anyone, apart from, let's say, Seth Godin's books, which are not listed in this list at all, but I should probably add those because they're just a gold mine. And so there's many more books in this list, as you can see: Lean UX, Inevitable, Daily Rituals, The War of Art, Steven Pressfield, again, showing up, banging it out, hammering those details even if you don't feel like it. The User Experience Team of One, UX Strategy, Creativity Inc., Elements of User Experience, Start with Why, a ton of books which you can access from, let's say, my website. Here's a link if you want to type it. If you're a madman or mad lass, you can just retype it. Alternatively, check the link down in the description, click on it, check the list, put some of those books into your Wordly or Amazon basket, buy it, read it, apply it. Give a like to this video if you like it, of course. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, and stay tuned for next video.